Hello everyone, this is Ray LaHood, Secretary of Transportation. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of On the Go. This month, in honor of back to school season, we have a number of questions from the terrific interns here at DOT. We really enjoyed having them here this summer, and we wish them the best of luck now that school has started up again. So, let's begin with a question that Peter asked. How is the new transportation bill, MAP 21, consistent with existing DOT priorities, and how is it different? Well, first of all, we're very grateful that the Congress passed a transportation bill. We wish it had been maybe a little more traditional, like a 5-year bill. It ended up being a 2-year bill, mainly because Congress could only find money for 2 years. And money is kind of a problem around Washington these days, but we thought that the bill the Congress passed was a good bill, a bill that gives some certainty to the states, to the governors, to state DOTs, in terms of their ability to know what money is going to be available, what programs are going to be available during at least the next 2 construction seasons, next construction season next year, and then the following year. I believe when the new Congress comes back in January and the administration begins to work with Congress, they'll begin working on hopefully a 5-year bill. But for now we have a 2-year bill. It's a good bill. It's a bill that funds our highways and bridges. It also incorporates some things that we've worked on the last 4 years, including our distracted driving program, which is obviously very important, one of our top safety initiatives. And it also, for the first time, gives the transit administrator some authority over safety in transit programs around the country, which is very important. We had a crash here in Washington, D.C., and there have been other crashes around the country, and we were prohibited from even being involved in any of the opportunities to investigate the safety aspects of those transit crashes. And now, with MAP 21 and a new transportation bill, we have the authority through our transit administration to really take on transit and make it a top priority along with our other safety priorities. Next question from Alex, who asks, how can we involve youth in transportation? Well, Alex, we've done this in a number of ways, not the least of which is our internship program, where we've involved hundreds of young people who are primarily college students to come to DOT and work here and get involved in our programs, get involved in what we're doing at the department, getting involved with really seeing how a big federal agency works, getting involved with the professional people who work here day in and day out in the many programs that they carry out, and really getting a sense for the many things that we do at the Department of Transportation. Another way that we've involved young people is through our distracted driving program. We've worked with young people around the country because we know that they're more susceptible to accidents through distracted driving than maybe any other group of people. And so we've implemented programs. We've used the NOYS program, NOYS, which is made up of young people, to help us get our message out. Put that BlackBerry away when you're driving. Put that cell phone away when you're driving. Young people have really been involved through our internship programs, through some of our safety programs, certainly through our distracted driving opportunities. We know that if we're going to have a continuation of a strong transportation program in America, we have to get young people interested in transportation. Chris asks, what's the biggest infrastructure issue facing the U.S.? Well, probably our aging infrastructure in a state of good repair. Around the country, we have transit programs in just about every community in America, but these are aging transit systems. These are systems that were built 50, 60, 70 years ago. some in the big cities, but some in medium-sized cities. And these transit programs need to have an opportunity to come into a state of good repair. New cars, new tracks, new infrastructure. We also know that our roads and bridges are aging. We built an interstate system over 50 years. It's complete, although there's a few additions we'll be adding in the next few years. But for the most part, our interstate system is built. We have a whole laundry list of bridges that need to be fixed, that need to be repaired, that need to be made safer. We have a whole list of roads. So between transit and roads and bridges, I think the most crying needs in transportation are state of good repair. Finally, Benjamin asks, what do you wish the public knew about DOT? Well, I think sometimes people don't really realize how many hard-working people there are in this department. We have 55,000 employees. About 38,000 of those are at the FAA. Those are people who work in air traffic control towers. They work in safety programs. They work at our airports. Their job is to make sure that flying is safe. Their job is to make sure that airports are safe. And then we have a whole host of people who work on highways and bridges and transit and all kinds of transportation. These are people who wake up every day and what they think about is safety. Are the buses safe? Are the trucks safe? Are the cars safe? All our highways and roadways, are they safe? I would say that our people are the most dedicated people I know when it comes to safety. I would say our people, I've met with a lot of people in our department who are retiring. Almost all of them have been here 25, 30, 35, 40 years. A big, big group of the majority of our people have spent their lives trying to make transportation safe, trying to make transportation be sure that the roads are in state of good repair, bridges are in state of good repair. A group of thousands of dedicated people. That's probably something that most people don't know, but I'm proud. I'm proud of our people here at DOT. It's a great group of people. It's a great team. And I think if the American people knew how hard our folks work, they'd be very proud too. Well, that does it for today. I want to thank the DOT interns for their questions and for their hard work this summer. They are the future for the Department of Transportation. To all of the students out there, I hope you'll think about a career in transportation or public service. Your country needs you. And to everyone, keep writing in on Fastlane, Facebook, and Twitter. So until the next time, thanks again for tuning in.